a different one. How are we?
Very
Good. My name is David Hunt. I am a retired pensioner. I'm a footballer that has a pension. Can anybody vouch for having a pension at 35 years old? Oh, so I win. Excellent. It's always an honour to be introduced up here by somebody that's had a big impact on myself. That is Alvin. His story that you just heard there is so important for people to understand what's happened on his journey, but there's something that I find really, really hard to understand with him, and that's he's a Tottenham fan. So for me, it's really, really tough to come up and give him a hug. But I love him. I love him anyway. And right today normally is match day for me, so instead it's me against Alvin in that sense. But I heard there's a Bolton fan in here, so you know what?
Yes!
So you take the cherry. I like to put this slide up, and this isn't working connectivity properly, so you might have to press the right button. I like to put the slide up of myself because it actually makes me look like a better footballer than I actually was. Okay? I was very, very fortunate. I'm not used to being in crowds where people cheer or clap. I'm used to them normally at least 50% booing me. And that's been a journey that I've been on for 16, 17 years of being a professional soccer player. I say soccer because we have someone that's very special in here that's from the US, and they class football as, you know, these big guys that you run into. I'm not none of that, no way, okay? But 7 years ago, I was introduced to an industry that, for me, I frowned upon it. Because I didn't like selling. I saw people doing things on Facebook that I didn't really align myself with, and I didn't quite understand what this industry could do for people. And but the thing was that a few years before that, I was looking for opportunities. Why? Because I have my second daughter. I have two daughters, and I have bills to pay. And unfortunately, in football, I didn't manage my money very well. I didn't. So therefore, there's a lot of stress when you know that end is coming. And there's no educational background, there's no money to invest in things, so you kind of look. Has anybody here ever gone online and searched ways to make money online? Because I've done it. And it's hard. It's hard to find actually something there that you actually know is legitimately true, what you could do. And that's not talking about online businesses, home-based businesses. I'm just talking about online. So 7 years ago, I was introduced to this industry, and a good friend of mine in another company, he had a lot of success. And that opened my eyes to this world that now I wish I'd been introduced to 20, 30 years ago. I spoke to a gentleman in here, he's 17 years old, being exposed to this, being exposed to personal development. I am jealous. I'm 36, believe it or not, and I've only been exposed to this in 7 years. But what we're going to be showing you today is something that I can hand on heart say that is for everyone. Absolutely for everyone, because when I stood at the back and Alvin says, who likes to travel, and everybody's hands go up, and who would like to save money? Well, yeah, I've got 3 women in my household, so I'd love to save money for sure. There's definitely something here that we need to educate you on. The reason why I'm going to be showing this is because I was one of the first people to get exposed to this by the CEO of the company. And when you understand the stature of this man, when you hear of a company that he is about to launch himself, everybody wants to know. But for a disclaimer, just so you know, some of the figures we're going to be showing you is never a guarantee. I don't want to ever make people think that's a guarantee. It's more of a case of understanding it's achievable depending on how much time, effort that you were willing to put in yourself. Okay? So, it's time for network marketing to evolve. 7 years ago, would never talk about this word network marketing. Why? Because it was frowned upon, especially here in the UK. We're conservative, and we definitely don't like to be sold. We don't. And we don't like selling. So people assume that this is network marketing. However, times are changing right now. Does anybody know of the companies we used to go knocking on doors? Yeah? I won't expose your age. But you used to go knocking on doors selling products. And then it came to online businesses where you could actually have the inventory but send it online. But now, times are changing. Why is that? The old model is being improved. And this is the first time that I can show this to somebody. The old model where you go and sell a product, which myself and Alvin did, it was a phenomenal product. However, we had to overprice it more than what it would be in a local Holland & Barrett store, and go and ask all our friends and family not only to buy it once, but every month, please, would you buy again? Would you buy again? And we don't like to do that. Secondly, the types of incomes that I used to see on the slides had to have an element of recruitment to get the volume up. because you couldn't do it on your own. So with that being the case, it was very, very tough. Not many people could feel comfortable even sitting down and explaining something to somebody, let alone recruiting. So it's very, very important that people understand what's been created here. This is the first time it's ever been done. First time that I've seen it, and it's called a PRIB. This terminology you're going to hear a lot over the next coming weeks, months, and years. A perpetual residual, that'll be a fine in football, by the way. Yeah, you can pay me afterwards, I accept it. But we've created a first-class consumer experience. What does that mean? Well, if you look at the likes of Uber and Amazon, they've created a formula for customers that it's too easy. It's painful for me because every day something turns up at my house from Amazon. But that's how simple it is now. You actually don't need to go to the shops. You don't. And so when you create this first-class experience, consumers keep coming back. Customers keep coming back. So what our company have done, they've said, hey, we've got a way here that we've created a perpetual residual income builder. What does that mean? It means no selling. It means no follow-up. We actually get people to vow they'll never follow up. Never follow up with a customer. It's a breath of fresh air. How? Because we've got technology that we're utilising now, moving with the times, to be able to help with this. Now, this part here is for me, a breath of fresh air. The only way you can make money with this business is by saving somebody money. I'll repeat, the only way you can make money in this business is by saving somebody money. But more importantly, not just saving money, saving the money on something they're already going to be spending the money on. Yeah? No selling. No recruiting needed to make what we're about to show you. So how are we going to bring this vision? This is a vision that actually, when I was told about this, I did not want to know. I did not want to know about this niche market of travel. Okay, I had no idea that the travel industry, as you can see here, Europe alone, 4.8 billion being spent per day. 4.8 billion per second, 55,000 per second, And that's just Europe. Look at Asia, 6 billion being spent per day. And when I watch all the hands go up, I know that this is never going to stop. It's not. People either want to go on holiday, or they have to go places through work, or they can't go away because they can't afford to, or they don't have the time. So I knew this was a market that I needed to be educated on and understand exactly how it works. Then I realised, and I have to keep going closer here because this isn't connecting, then I realised, okay, how are we going to capitalise on this? There's some big companies out there. Has anybody here gone and booked on Booking.com? Okay, yep, so you're familiar. Has anybody then gone and searched on other sites to get it cheaper? Yeah? My partner, and I say this all the time, and she actually caught wind of this on a recording, that she's the one that with the bananas. Why? Because I remember this specifically. She went to the supermarket, the bananas had a reduced. Okay, it was like 30 pence. And she went and she paid for it, it never came off on the receipt. And so therefore she's in this long queue at customer services, and I'm stood like with the bags, and I'm like, I'll give you 30 pence, just please, let's go. Okay? But what she taught me was that a penny earned is a penny saved. A penny saved is a penny earned. And why? Because I didn't look after my money. I didn't. And I understand why she goes on all these sites, but this was the I told you so slide. Because I had no idea that there's a naughty little secret that outside of this room, many people will never ever know. A percentage of 1% of the population know about this. And that is that. Booking.com, Kayak, OpenTable, Priceline. These companies, believe it or not, are all under one umbrella. The whole entire travel industry is monopolized by just two companies, Booking Holdings and Expedia Group. So if any of you think you're clever going on these different sites, you're being played. You're being played. These are just marketing companies. They're very, very clever, making you think you're going to save an extra 10 here, an extra 20 here, and then use their same products or services. So there's actually 3 ways you can get product, you can actually get travel that you can purchase. 3 different types of pricing. Number 1, you can actually go direct to the hotels. Number 2, you can go on public sites and you can go and try and barter with them to get the deals. Number 3 is the one we're interested in, behind the curtain pricing. Now, when you're affiliated with a travel agency and you have a membership program, you're able to get access to the behind the curtain pricing. So for us, when I said, right, well, how are we going to compete? Because we've done an exclusive partnership with Extreme Travel. And not only have we done the partnership here, we've got the CEO of the company in the room today. A 19-year-old travel agency. 19 years old. Not just won an award once, multiple times of winning. Not just one time in that set year. You can see here, 2011 to 2018. The type of turnover this company are doing already is phenomenal. And when you see, and I've been very fortunate to spend time with the CEO today and yesterday, and watch Miss Laurie Spears as well, who's had 35 years of experience in this industry, we know not only do we have a great product, but we have an unbelievable model behind it that we can rely on. That here, right now, if you like what you see, if you know what's about to come, is exciting, extremely exciting. So how does this work for myself? Myself, I'm a TSA member, I'm a TSA Travel Savings Ambassador, okay? I now, forget about business opportunity, and disclaimer, this is my disclaimer, do not, for you men, do not go on this site when your missus is on your shoulder for the first time. I'll tell you why, because when she sees these savings, she all of a sudden can see that we can go on more different holidays. So if you're looking at this as a business opportunity, now put some money aside knowing you're going to have to spend more of that money, okay? In a good way. But we can get up to 70% off ourselves. We can actually look at 4- and 5-star hotels at 3-star prices. And when you look at the types of Maldives, anybody been to the Maldives? No. Well, is that because you haven't searched for it, or is that because the price range you think maybe might not be for you? I don't need to answer. Have a look. See what you see. See what I see. Bali. Anybody seen Bali? Yes? You see some of the prices on here. I actually called up Extreme because there was one. I was like, is this right? Yes, it's right. We get access to this. We get access to the $8 trillion inventory ourselves. Myself, I can. I can do it anywhere I want. I can go check it now. I can go do it when I'm on the train. It is great. Okay. So for that alone, that is very, very important. We also have some exclusive deals, trips. The guys have just come back from Cancun. Very, very jealous that they went out there. And some of the stories that I've seen already, and the togetherness they've built is phenomenal. So, and I know this, let's get this going. So let me give you a little bit of an example of how this looks. If somebody went and searched for New York City 4.5-star hotel on Expedia, we found here that this one we chose was $339. On our iGo for Less platform, we get it for $178 nightly. That's $161 saving per night. Yeah? Paris, France, 4-star hotel. Travelocity, $440. This is the same room, same hotel, same night, same amount of people, same dates. On our iGo for Less platform, a $310 saving. Okay? There's people here that are going to be able to go on trips that they may not have thought they could go on. This is going to be changing people's lives in a very, very different way. When we talk about finances compared to actually going on holiday, I know how it makes my partner feel going on a beach. It changes the dynamics, okay? It makes people have a different look. We don't just focus on travel. We have car rentals. I've rented a car in Fuerteventura. It costs me a lot of money. If I was able to save money, that would have been great. We picked one up here, Chevrolet Cruze on rentalcars.com, $392. For us, it will cost us $221. That's $171 saving. That might mean that you can do more excursions. That might mean that you just save more money from it. Okay? This one here, who's used the weeks, or who's looked at the weeks? How good? The weeks is phenomenal. I've got 2 daughters, so for me, certain weeks going away is important, and those weeks, obviously in the school holidays, they bump the prices up here. So I went and checked, and when you go and look at these specific weeks, you'll ask the question, David, it says per week, but it looks like it's the price per day. So we picked up one here, hotels.com, 4-star resort Punta Cana, $1,215. On our iGo for Less on the weeks, $503 saving. It costs $712. And there's some really, really good ones on there. Go check it out. Does anybody see at the bottom here? Bitcoin? We're going to be the first travel platform to accept Bitcoin. Why? Because we're in over 100 countries. They're moving with the times. Many of them are accepting cryptocurrency already. So we are moving with the times as well. When you go away, you get an email that comes back. I've used this platform 5 times now. You get an email that comes back. And I know it's a bit blurry here, so I'll read it out to you. In email, in green, it will show you what you saved. Okay? So on the first one, savings of $848. This second one, these are some of our team members. The savings of $532. The third one, you can see a saving of $999. And the last one is our CEO himself, Mr. Holton Buggs. where it was a saving of just under $1,600. Now, important to note, when you use this, you get reward credits too, which means when you accumulate these, you could use these to pay for your trips. And unfortunately, I'm going to let the cat out of the bag, there are vouchers for shopping as well that you can cash them in too. Okay? So it's very, very important that you understand this platform and how it works, and also what you get with it. Now, the average saving here is roughly around $1,000 on all of them. You might need to press the, oh, there we go. So, what else do we focus on? Hotels, car rentals, cruises. I know many people are very popular. I'm not one that can handle boats that well, but cruises we have. Flights. There aren't margins on flights, but if you're looking to take a flight, definitely look at ours because you get the reward credits, which is very important. Homes. If anybody likes Center Parcs and taking a group of people away or a luxurious home to go and stay in for an occasion, look at this because you get your own concierge service. Okay, you get to ask them to set up excursions if you want a chef. They even said about pillows. This is a very, very great little product that we have that is very, very important that people educate how it works. The weeks I mentioned Marketplace, a bit like eBay, you can go and chuck in a silly offer. And with this silly offer, should it be accepted, then you can go on this holiday for the price that you actually chose. We have affiliations with timeshares, and as you can see, a whole list of other theme parks, play golf. But more importantly, we have a price difference guarantee. Check out the T's and C's. Should you qualify for this, then if you find a price on a public site after using our site, then you are able to go and ask for the price difference guarantee with the company. If they say it's correct, then you will get 110% of the difference. But look at the T's and C's of this as well. So after that, I just want to give you a background briefly of who the team members are. And the main three that we're focusing on here from the CEO point is our CEO of Extreme Travel, Mr. David Manning, who we have here today. We're very, very fortunate. We have Laurie Spears, who I mentioned, the Director of Travel Services. She's on boards in the travel industry, so she's very well known. And we have Holton Bugs. Holton Bugs, for me, was the reason why I looked into this. Holton Bugs is the reason why I got involved in network marketing and stayed in network marketing. This gentleman earned over 100 million in commissions in one company. So when I heard that he was leaving or going and moving and setting up his own company, for me, I wanted to know what it was. When I heard it was travel, I was scratching my head a bit. But now, understanding that we're not a travel company, I realise it's phenomenal. We're not a travel company. Even though what I'm just showing you now, I'm going to let the guys explain afterwards, and you'll be thinking, how are we not a travel company? You're showing me travel here. You'll realise. And when you realise that and understand the vision of the company, that is why I'm still here. That is why. So, the question is, do you boomerang? That is the question. Yes, I boomerang. Now, a boomerang, if you throw one, do we have anyone from Australia here? Yes? You're not originally from Australia. Did you throw one? Did it come back? No. Don't throw the wooden ones, they definitely don't come back. So look, when you throw a boomerang should come back. The philosophy of this company is that when you give goodwill, goodwill comes back. When you have good karma comes back. And I'm a true believer of that. You stay true to yourself, you will have the same like-minded people around you eventually. Now what this company have done is that they've created a model where we can do what Uber and Facebook have done. Okay? Now Uber, who here has the Uber app? Yes, okay. Uber is 7 years old. If 7 years ago you didn't know what Uber had, and they said, hey, to download the app it will cost you £1, who would have downloaded it? Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg. We're going to wipe MySpace out of the world, but we don't know who Mark Zuckerberg is. It's going to cost you £1 per month to be a member of Facebook. Who would be purchasing that? Nobody. There'll be no Facebook, there'll be no Uber. So our company here have followed this model. The more you give, the more you get back. iBoomerang for a customer is free. We can give this to the customer. We can give them a saving for free and they can use these products and services. And this is how we get the customer base in. That is the philosophy of iBoomerang. Now we are able to give 50% of the savings to our customers. And from that, should they find something that they like, then we get paid back a commission. And from that commission, we get paid in cash, not in credits. It's exclusive for us. We get paid back in cash, and there is no limit on your earning. Now, to give you an idea of how this works, there's two different types of sites that you have. Is that changing? There's two different types of sites that you have, okay? One would be a TSA member site. So when I log into my own website, I'm able to go and look at up to 70% off because I'm a TSA member. The other side that you can see here on the right is for a customer. So a customer would be able to, for free, go and see up to 35% off. So they can go log in just like you would check on other sites, check anywhere, whatever you want to look at. If you want to look at car rentals, or if you want to go look for barley, you can go and search, you can go change 4-star, 3-star, 2-star, put the different prices in however you want, okay? So if I go and speak to somebody and say, hey, if there's a way that I can save you money on travel, next time you go, would that be of interest? And I give them a boomerang. They go, they use the membership for free, and they go and search. And they find a deal, like this one here, all-inclusive, Playa del Carmen, and our site picks up the public prices out there, and they found here $4,867 normal public price for this deal. However, with the discount we have, and this one is at 35%, we can offer this for nearly a $1,700 saving. $1,700 saving, which means they'll pay $3,100. They're happy, they've saved money. So they go and purchase, and they send me a selfie when they're on the beach, and they say, hey David, thanks a lot, and off you go. How it works for me is that I get it for up to 70% off. So this same deal, I get for $1,467. The difference between me and my happy customer is just under $1,700. This is how we get paid, guys. So that difference there, I will get paid 50% straight away. I will make $850, $849, pounds, euros, for that person saving money. The other 50% of that saving goes into the compensation plan and to the company. This model has never been done before, never. And when you see how many people are already joining as free customers that are using this product and service, it is phenomenal. And to know what's about to come as well, it is super exciting. Super exciting. So I just want to, I'm going to be British now. I'm going to be super, super conservative, yeah? And I'm going to go over an example here, if somebody was to do the business, of just getting 10 customers. Now, we'll make it even more conservative. That's one a week, just one a week. So one evening a week you go and you ask somebody and you go and find 10 customers in 10 weeks. Now, the average saving that I showed you earlier was around 1,000, but we're taking that down and we say, who here goes away and they travel more than once a year? Now, before you put your hand up, traveling may mean not just going abroad, but it might be just to another hotel in another city. How many people travel more than once a year? Okay, so all of you are out of the equation of this example because we're conservative, all right? So we're going to find 10 customers, just one trip a year, one trip, and only with an average annual saving that year of 600. 10 customers, that's 6,000 in savings, you get paid 50%. You've just made 3,000. 3,000. My partner got a £500 pay rise. £500, divide that by 12. When we're talking here that we can do this in our spare time to go and speak to people anywhere we are, it's important for people to understand. Then when we take it up a notch, we've got people in our team already that are already getting to this level. We've got Sans in Australia who's already got 50 customers in his first 2 weeks. So if we go to 100 customers, let's say it's a 10-month plan now, 10 customers a month, just speaking to people, sharing something for free, one trip a year, average annual saving of 600, now you're talking some serious income. Now this may take you 12 months, it may take you 24 months, but would an extra 30,000 a year make a difference? Because why do I say a year? Are they never going to use it again? Are they never going to share it? Yeah? When I start going to the bigger numbers and we start talking about our Project 1000 that we're running right now, people get a little bit scared because then they think, oh, is this achievable? But actually, when you understand the type of profits that these other companies are making right now, this is more than achievable. More than achievable. But we're British, so we go conservative. This is my 10-year plan. So we're all 21 in here, and by the time we're all 31 and still not pensioners like me, we're going to have 1,000 customers. How? Just 10 customers a month. Part-time. Doing it. 10 customers a month. And during that time, we just find them there, and you go on one trip, not more than one, and we're saving them an average saving of 600. Now we're talking over $250,000 in commission. In commission. And here's the beautiful thing. Guys, network marketing. I haven't needed to mention it once. Not once. I haven't had to sell a thing, and I haven't had to speak to anybody about purchasing travel again. At all. It's never been done before. Never been done before. It's why it's growing so quickly. For me, it's so important that we educate people on this part. Because the next part after that is an add-on, an added bonus, which I'm very, very humbled to be able to be part of it when you see how that works. But just on customer base alone, it's phenomenal. You don't have to be a footballer. You don't have to be a stay-at-home mum. You don't have to be a PT. You don't have to be from the council. It can be anybody. It doesn't matter. That's very, very important. Now, I do know there's a lot of people that want to make money, okay? I do know there's a lot of people that know others that they can see this as an opportunity to help them, whether that's just an extra holiday, whether that's to save more money to pay off some debt, whether that is that you want to not work at the council for 19 years anymore, then there's an opportunity here, for sure. And when you, and for me, the most important part about a company is that it rises and falls on leadership. So when you know the leaders that we have here, and many of you haven't been exposed to these guys yet, it is phenomenal. So if you did want to introduce people, you can. Okay? You can go and tell somebody about this, and let's say, for instance, that you just knew 50 people, or actually 2 people, and you introduce them to this product, and they like the fact that you can get 35% off, and they say, hey, I want to get what you're getting. I want to make money as well. Then you can introduce them to the company. And should you just teach them to just get 10 customers on the average saving that we showed you in one trip, then the commissions that you would make off of that would be over 20,000 yourself. Not including your own customers, guys. Not including your own customers. Now, the key thing is that there's 500 new customers that come in from your team. The old model, recruitment, people rely on recruitment. But at the same time, if those people leave your company, normally so does your income. If there's 500 customers that are using this for free, are they going to phone up iBoomerang and say, hey, the person that introduced me is not doing it anymore, I don't want this free membership, and I don't want to save money? Of course not. Of course not. So these customers stay and they get compressed up. It's a beautiful model, absolutely beautiful model. I'm not going to show you any more of the numbers here, but even if you just introduce 2 people in week 1, and you teach them to do the same in week 2, in 6 weeks, you'd have over 60 people in your team, just from telling 2. So don't think you have to go and find 50, okay? Don't think you have to go do that. Now, I would like to just introduce one person up here, just to give a short testimonial for 2 minutes, because it's very, very important that you understand his story. Some of you have heard it, some of you are inspired by it. For me, when I met this gentleman 4 years ago, in a previous company where we were selling products, and we weren't even in the same team, I admired him, the way he conducted himself, the professionalism, the way that he helped others even though it didn't help him. So I knew that I wanted to align with him should something come up that was right. And for 2.5 years, I've been pestering him. Never once did he say yes. And I'd love to take the accolades that he joined this business because of me, but it wasn't. It was because of the leadership. And from that now, I'm not going to take any more of his story away, because when you hear what's happened in the last 12 weeks, it's inspirational. It's something that I think will help a lot of people understand that anybody can have success in this, but more importantly, to show what the company have here is changing lives. So please, can you give just a quick round of applause to not only a good friend, business partner, but somebody that I think you're going to love to hear from, and that's Mr. Rowan Bodden.
Can you all hear me all right? Yeah. Good, good, good. How's everyone doing?
Good.
Brilliant, brilliant. You know what? I'm super excited to be here today, and the reason being is I've been in this industry of network marketing now for coming up to 8 years, and but I'll start off kind of the opposite to most people. Actually, when I after university, I went straight into network marketing rather than going to the 9-to-5 world. And I want you all to give my dad a round of applause for that, because he was the one that introduced me to this industry. And I thank you. And so I was in the same coffee company with David, and I found it pretty challenging for the first few years. And in my 4th, just coming to the end of my 5th year actually, I got to the level of Sapphire, and I started to then make actually some good money. But what I've been able to do in the first 3 months in this business is I've still hit the rank of Sapphire, but in 3 months, what took me almost 5 years to do in the coffee company. But more importantly for me, it wasn't about the rank and the level of leadership, it was more about money. Like, I'll be real, I'm like, okay, well, I need to make money. And I said to David, I need to make money. I know you've learned how to make money from this industry. And the money I've made in my first 3 months, I actually worked out, it almost took me about 2 years to make that same amount of money in my first 3 months in iBoomerang. And so that's why I'm so grateful for this opportunity, but it's important that you understand what we actually have in our hands, mainly because when I started this opportunity, I was working full-time. I was still working full-time when I started this opportunity. But as Alvin talked about, sometimes you don't know what's coming around the corner, and I got made redundant about 4 weeks ago. But if I didn't have this opportunity, I don't know where my mind would have been. And I remember David was calling me about, I can't remember what he was calling me about, but I was like, David, I'm literally packing up my desk right now because they've just made me redundant. And David was like, come to the holiday, this same holiday, and I sat down with Darren and Avinash, and Darren just said, just focus. And that's why I just absolutely focus with this. And just to give you an idea of the income, I've made more in my last 4 weeks than I made in my whole month in my job. And so that's what I want you to understand. That's what we actually have in our hands. And I've never seen anything like this because I've been in this industry for a long time, seen a lot of people from a number of different companies, and never experienced anything like this before. So I want you to understand what we actually have in our hands, guys. So I want to thank David for letting me share my story, and hopefully you get impact from that, because this is what we have. Sometimes I can't even share how much excitement I actually have. David's like, calm down, man, like, calm down. But yeah, I'm so excited about this opportunity, so excited about what's coming. And yeah, guys, there may be some challenges because we're in pre-launch, but I understood because of Hulk and Bugs, as David said, he made over $100 million in his last company. But in the first 6 months of that company, and he had no coffee in a coffee company. Not coffee in a, so think about that in your mind. How are you going to go and sell coffee without actually having coffee? And they did $2 million in sales in 6 months with no coffee. So imagine that compared to what we already have now with iDreamWright. That's why I understand the vision of where we're going with this company. And I'm super excited to be a part of that mission. So thank you, David, for letting me share. And I'm going to pass it back over to Mr. David Hunt.
So what he didn't say is he's a Man U fan. Yeah, he's a Man U fan. So any Arsenal fans, I'll put it out there now, any Arsenal fans that want to work with me, I would love to work with you. I would love to work with you. But it's very, very important. Look, guys, for me, when Rowan came and he said this, and you know, we knew what his plan was, for 6 months, we took it down to 3 months. And we said, no, this is how we're going to go. And then once we get there, you don't celebrate. We do, for a little bit, just for an hour. But then what you do when you get to the top, what I've been taught, is instead of putting your arms up, I made it, no, you look down, who else needs lifting up? And you pull them up. And that's what we're creating here, okay? It's very, very important. Some, it will take longer than others. That's personal development. We can help with that. That's very, very important people understand this. So, how do you get involved in this company? Anybody that understands a dual team or a binary, you can get your position now for $49.95. For $49.95, what do you get with that? Well, you get access to a customer site yourself, okay? A customer site. You can get 5 boomerangs to go and tell people about this today. And then after that as well, you can get 25% of the referral commission to Extreme Travel. You also get the iDecide platform. Who here's seen the iDecide or used it? Amazing? Good? Fantastic. It changes the game. This technology, people don't quite understand what we have. Anybody that is thinking, I'd love to tell people about this, but I have no idea how to sit in front of someone, I have no idea how to deal with objections, no more. You send them a link, it will take them through a touch screen, interactive presentation that basically they customize what they want to see, and then at the end you get an email that says, hey, such and such would like to schedule a meeting, or hey, they'd like to be a customer, or more importantly, who's had that email, hey, they'd like to join. Yeah? Yeah? And it's a breath. I'm seeing people that have been scared to recruit that have a team. And that's not because of what we've done. It's because of what the company has brought. You get access to this too. You get your own online management system. Now, if you actually want to start earning and building a team properly and earning the commissions, then there's 3 packages. Very important. Has anybody here built a business? Ray, I know you have, and I know yours is the monthly the monthly outgoings are fairly high. I looked in setting up a coffee business. And just to have a shop to rent and let out, the monthly outgoings were huge. And also I tried setting up soccer schools around the country that we had to downsize because of the outgoings per month. So for me, when I understand network marketing, this is great because I didn't have a lot of money to invest into anything. And it's crazy to think because people see me as a footballer. So here we have some different packages that accommodate for anybody. We have the coach class, which is the cheapest. The coach class is $250. What do you get with that? Yourself, you can get access to hotels, flights, and rental cars. You can also go and get 10 customers today, because you get 10 boomerangs. I'll just go over the boomerang. If you find somebody that would like to make a saving for free, then you give them a boomerang. That means you give them a unique code, they go and put their details in, that's theirs, they can use it unlimited times. Now you only have 9. You get more per month, but you start with 10 on the coach class. You only earn 50% of the profit, because it's a smaller package, but it's good because you're in business, but you only get 50% of the profit off the customer. You get 10% if you start to build a team on the dual team, the binary, and also luxury experiences, you get access to those when they go on general release. So that's $250 off the coach class package. The business class is $500. The business class, you get access to the cruises as well, okay? You now get 25 boomerangs, so you can go and get 25 customers today, and you start earning 100% of the profit. So you're really starting to build your business now. You get 12% on the dual team, and the luxury experiences you get 1 week before general release. That's the business class. I came in on the first class. Why? Because I wanted to have access to everything. The marketplace, the vouchers. Yeah, I wanted to get access to absolutely everything, and I wanted to earn the most amount of money. Okay, like Rowan said, we do this at first because we want to find ways to make money, whatever that may be. Afterwards, when you make it, then you show people how to do it and teach everybody. But more importantly, I wanted to make the most from this. I could get 50 customers today, 50, and I earn 100%. Now, we are making history today, and for the next 70 plus days, because the global launch of this company is on the 30th of August in Las Vegas. Who's going? Yeah. Yes, okay. So the 30th of August in Las Vegas is the global launch of the company. We're in pre-launch, guys. Anybody that knows about network marketing and Holton Bugs, we're in pre-launch of his company. Yeah? People ask me about the comp plan. You don't need to see it. He designed it. If he designed it, you know it's going to be good. And when you do see it, it's phenomenal. But forget about that. So we actually now have an opportunity to be part of the Limited Founders Club promotion. Once in a lifetime. After this, it's gone. Nobody will ever be able to have this again. You can get 20% on the dual team for your first year. After your first year, it goes down to 15%. The only other way to get 20% is to hit the top 3 ranks in the company. Okay? So we are able to say that we're in the Limited Founders Club, which is great, and we're going to be treated differently to others at certain events too. Also, on the luxury experiences, we get access to those 2 weeks before general release, and that costs $1,000, around £800 one time these payments are. Now, if you want to be in business, and you want to be able to access everything that we've shown you, then there's a monthly subscription. The monthly subscription is $99. Okay? So unfortunately for me, it is too cheap, because people don't value a business and know that $99 or £80 a month to run a business, to have access to up to 70% off yourself, to be able to give this for free, because what if they switched it and said, hey, no, you get it for free per month, but the customer has to pay $99? Do you think it will work as well? Probably not. To be able to earn commission on the customers, to be able to tell other friends and family that there's an opportunity here, to be able to earn if I help them make money, to be able to have my own website, to be able to have access to the iDecide technology for $99. I like it. I like it. And we teach people, we launch them. We teach them how to get this covered within their first month if they are willing to run with us. Okay? So that's important for people to understand. There's 3 types of people that we come across with this. Number 1 is that the customer side of things. Might be the timing, I have no idea, but the customer side of things is something that's of interest to you straight away. Great, you're number 1. Well, number 2, you probably have a lot of questions, and I see a lot of people writing down notes, so if you do, you're probably going to maximize the best opportunity ever to be able to grab people that will be able to near enough answer every single question in this room. If you leave that beyond here, then having that question answered as quickly may be tougher. Or number 3, you saw a Tottenham fan, and you thought, all right, I like this, and then you saw an Arsenal fan, and kind of, I just want to get involved, and you're going, no problem at all. We can launch people today. We teach people how to do that, and we run with this business, okay, guys? So let whoever it was that introduced you, 1, 2, or 3, and we can help you, and I look forward to running with you. That's the business. That's what we have. I'm very, very honored to be able to be stood up here and share this with you, but more importantly, to be part of this company, as I stand here very proud.
Watching this, you could be there. At the very beginning of what will be one of the biggest shifts the industry has ever seen. Watch as we deliver on a promise and a new vision like no one has ever seen before. Whatever you do, don't miss it.